students. Yes, so waiting for everyone to join right now, and then we'll start. So student, today I think we'll go for branding strategy, packaging and labeling. That part we will cover up in today's class, okay? So waiting for everyone to join. Okay, at 6:05 sharp, we'll start the session.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Shabana. Good evening, Vaishali. Yeah, waiting for others to join as well.
Very good evening, sir.
Good evening, everyone. So I think just a minute, please. हाँ अनुज जी, good evening. कैसे हैं आप? I think Anuj ji, there was some issue I think with the network at your end. I think so. Okay, so let me share my screen. So branding, I think we need to start today.
बढ़िया सर, बढ़िया एकदम.
Good. So previously, I think your voice was
Okay, sir.
Yes. Yes, students. I think we have done. I think almost all the topics. We are done with this testing, commercialization, new product development, PLC. We are done. Okay. Branding, I think we have started. Scope of branding we are done. Types of branding we are done. Developing brand elements, brand element choices, secondary association, brand equity. I think we have to start. Yes, I think everyone. Brand equity, I think we have to start.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Equity today start.
Yes, Mr. Anuj, we'll start that. Okay, we are waiting for everyone to join. I think waiting for 2 more minutes. Yes, students. So I think now it's time to start the class. So the first topic we have, that is about the brand equity. Okay. Brand equity is basically like when we talk about the recognition of the brand. Okay. On what ground a particular product, a particular service, a particular company may be recognized as, actually we can say, as a brand we are talking right now. Okay. Like simply if I'm for example, if I'm telling you the Starbucks. Okay. So Starbucks is basically like, for example, if everyone knows it's a cafe, it's a coffee shop which is famous for their, you could say, range of coffee outputs we have. We talk about, you could say, KFC. Everyone knows about the what equity, what product which they offer into the market. Okay, so like whenever we are actually approaching, whenever we are talking about a product or service, how from a normal product, how from a, you could say, general basis, they actually convert into a particular form, so that people, consumer, the market player, the competitors, the government or the global market may easily able to recognize those particular product very easily. Okay, now, when we discuss about, you could say, any product, if we are talking right now, not about a specific product we are talking right now, we talk about Coke, we talk about, you could say, Bisleri, we talk about Dettol, how these products has actually created the image in the mind of the customer, and what a customer is perceiving whenever this product actually came in the picture, it comes to the television, it's come to any, you could say, advertisement campaign, how easily we can associate those brands with our past experiences, with our, you could say, we can say, association in our daily life. So this is basically the major important point. What do you mean by brand equity? Okay, now like talk about Apple. Okay, usually when before 2007, when the Apple was not in the market, everyone considered Apple as a fruit. But now after that the Apple launched in the market, after that you can understand the Apple becomes a particular brand in terms of, you could say, mobile sector. It's a very furious, you could say, example we can consider what is brand equity. Okay, now when we discuss about how the particular companies or how the particular, you could say, product brand equity may be managed. Okay, now we can see that the first and the most important part is all about the brand revitalization. Okay, now what is revitalization? First of all, in terms of branding, if you're talking right now, we can say the feature, the attribute, the sources, definitely mentioned in the picture as well, how this particular product may become a particular brand. Because definitely in a day, in a fortnight basis, definitely a product may not become a brand. Okay, a particular product or a particular service may become a particular brand after actually having the sufficient amount of consumption in the market, and from that consumption definitely it turns to mouth publicity, it turns to actually more intensive branding and intensive marketing, if you're talking right now. So brand revitalization is basically a process, the sources, or you could say the parameters or the attributes with the help of which a product, not in a day, not in a fortnight, not in a month, may become a brand, but it is basically a process through which a product or a service may form of a brand, if you're talking right now. Okay, like we talk about very simple example about how the Byju's has started. Okay, the Byju's has started with a very basic concept about, I could say, launching the e-learning facilities for school kids, or even like they are coming up with some higher education, I could say, tutorials as well. How, you could say, in a period of, you could say, 5 to 6 year period of time, how the Byju's has become the one of the most prominent brand again I'm using the word, in the Indian market. Okay, so that is basically called the brand revitalization. Am I clear? I think everyone. Okay, so when we are discussing about this managing the brand equity, always we need to keep in mind these three major important factors. The first part is called expanding brand awareness. Brand awareness, how it can be actually, how the particular brand, maybe you could say, more exposed, more equated into the market. Definitely the first and foremost thing is intensive advertisements, positive feedbacks, intensive advertisement, positive feedbacks, mouth publicities. Okay, so these are the basically, you could say, important, you could say, parameters, important, you could say, grounds through which the company's brand may actually be liquidated or exposed into the market. Is it clear, everyone? Expanding brand awareness.
Yes.
Yes. Next one we have the improving the brand image. Okay, that is about the by repositioning the brand in the market. Parle-G, how the Parle-G reposition their image again in the mind of the customer. Dabur, if we talk about Dabur, how it was actually you could say facing some issues when it's come to sales revenue, how the Dabur has repositioned themselves. Okay. What else? I think when we come to improving the brand image, Maggie, Nestle Maggie, if we talk about after the lead content, even they have actually come up with that intensive advertisement that actually they are now, their product is now safe and actually may be used by everyone. Okay. That is about the improving brand image. Anything else from your side, please? An example?
Sir, Khade detergent.
Ghadi detergent, still I think I won't be able to find it, you could say, more prominent or more fashionable, but definitely we can say that because still it's surviving in the market, it's commendable actually. Ghadi detergent, yes. Hanji, Dettol, improving brand image, because Dettol previously it was only antiseptic.
I think sir Colgate.
Yes, definitely Colgate has come up with so many varieties of, you could say, a range of their products after that. They have repositioned themselves, not restricted to a particular brand only.
Yes, sir.
Bajaj bike.
Bajaj bikes. Okay, fine.
Sir, can we take Harpic as example for this, because Harpic also has launched that red one. Earlier it was only blue one.
Yes. For the bathroom cleaner and for actually the toilet cleaner. So there are two basic.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, we can definitely consider repositioning is nothing but basically how we are actually not actually restricted to a particular static brand. The brand or a particular company must be dynamic, must have to work according to the market changes. Recently, I think if you see the advertisement of Dettol, not Dettol. Yes, Dettol is. Dettol actually come up with their liquid detergent with sanitization effects. I don't know whether you have saw that ad recently. I think I just saw this ad yesterday itself. I think so. So Dettol come up with their yes.
Sanitizer come, sir, come. Bottle.
Yes. So even like that is about the improving brand image. How Dettol is not actually becoming a static brand in the market, but they are actually coming up with more and more innovation to actually reposition themselves in the market for different, you could say, requirement and fulfilling the requirement as per the market condition as well. Like same example which I'm putting right now for Dettol. Okay, like
Sir, at the when coronavirus was there, and at the back of the label in Dettol, it was written that it kills coronavirus. So users were, yes, the users were hoarding like anything the Dettol, and at some point of time, the production for Dettol was stopped.
okay.
I mean, the in medical shops also they are not giving Dettol. They were saying that you need to purchase this much amount of medicine for this much of rupees, then only Dettol will be given to you.
Okay.
So this was the condition in this pandemic.
Fine. Okay, that I don't know actually, frankly speaking. Hanji.
Yes, because in that label behind that Dettol, it was written that it kills corona. That's why.
Okay. Fine, great. A good example actually, we can say, definitely. Okay. So yes, the first second point, I think it's very clear now. The third, you could say, category which comes under managing brand equity under revitalization is entering new market. Okay, like as we know that there are so many companies, they are actually providing their product in a particular, you could say, product line, or in a particular product line or particular sector we are talking right now. But now these companies are actually exploring the possibilities. They are actually focusing on the untapped market or untouched market. Okay, and they are actually catering, or they're analyzing the need of the customer, and accordingly they are coming up with the new products. Like Dettol, the simple example again, I told you that Dettol, where it was, now they are coming on detergent as well. Recently, I think you will see the advertisement on the television. Dettol is sanitized, you could say, effect with your detergents. So it is entering into new market. It is altogether new product line that the Dettol is coming up with. Okay, same. I think we have seen a lot of example in the past as well. Apple, I think, then how started with the mobile phone, then moved to the different electronic segment. How Sony has started with that particular camera, and then come up with a different range of varieties. Okay, That is basically the entering into the new market, how the companies are basically focusing on the existing product line. And if they think that it is the right time to explore new and untapped market, definitely they must need to expand their product lines and need to actually invest the particular, you could say, option into different areas. Clear? That is about the entering into new market. Because somehow what you are doing, you are expanding, you are not expanding, we can say, yes, definitely. You are expanding your, you could say, brand recognition, not for a particular sector, but like you are going in multiple sectors. Like Reliance, we talk about, Tata, we talk about, ITC, we talk about, HUL, we talk about. Okay, there are so many examples we have. They are the comes under entering into new markets. Hanji, any example from your side? If not, then we'll move to the next slide. I hope so it is clear what is managing brand equity and what is brand revitalization, coming up with 3 major points. Yes, any
sir,
input? Yes. Raksha, you want to say something, I think.
No, sir, it's clear.
It's clear, na? Fine. Let's move to the next part then. That is called brand reinforcement. First, we have discussed about the brand revitalization. Okay. Second one, we are talking about the brand reinforcement. Now, when we discuss about the term, what is reinforcement, first of all? Okay. Reinforcement is basically nothing but the continuous development, continuous improvement into your existing product so that customer may be retained in the customer may be retained with the company for a particular longer period of time. Okay, so brand reinforcement is basically nothing but a process through which the company may always provide some better quality, innovation, good technology, or you could say better technology. According to that, the consumer may actually do, or you could say prepare or create their mind mapping in order to purchase that product before actually they are searching some of the alternatives in the market. So brand reinforcement is nothing but just to retain the customer for long term. You always need to be, you could say, pull up your socks, and you always need to be market ready. That how I can actually enforce the customer not to switch, not to become a switcher to any other brand. That is called the brand reinforcement. Okay, the very you could say very beautiful example about how the Apple has actually created their market base intact, even though they are facing very tough competition from other you could say competitors. We talk about Airtel, how even though there are, you could say, very intense competition from the Jio, but still you can see that Airtel having its brand reinforcement because they are coming up with their new plans, new technology, new offering to their customer, new offers to their customers in the market. Okay, any other example, please, regarding what is brand reinforcement?
Can we take Hero?
Yes, in
Hero
vehicle
MotoCorp.
segment, definitely there are so many examples. We can consider Maruti, you can consider Honda as well. Okay, that is the part of brand reinforcement. Because that continuous, yes, please.
Jio
Yes.
also make a.
Yes, definitely, Miss Poonam. Yes, Miss Poonam, we are like,
Jio also.
yes. It's very long time actually. You were not attending the classes.
So my house condition is very bad. My brother was positive.
Okay.
He was admitted to Sahara Hospital in Lucknow.
Okay.
On second, he was discharged in the. So in the mean period, my mother also expired.
Okay.
So that's why I was very upset.
Yes, ma'am.
So that was
I think for your loss.
very upset.
Yes, ma'am. Please take care. Okay. And if you need any help of mine, just let me know. Okay. Just text me out. Okay.
Yes. Sir,
Yeah.
yes.
Sure. Yes, Miss Poonam, please continue.
So Jio also make a brand equity by making reinforcement. Initially, the charges were very minimum, so all the customers were attracted towards the.
Okay. Yes.
So when they maintain their net profit, so they raise the value because the customer is all there. They will not go away.
Yes. Agreed. Yes. Very good. Okay. So I think what the point was, she's mentioning even like I'll add some few more actually input for that particular example. Even how the Reliance was actually initially it was with GSM and CDMA mobile phone. I think you remember or not. I think so. Okay. And after that, they actually only, they have closed down that CDMA technology. And now they have actually repositioned themselves into the, you could say, Geo. Okay, so that is again the one of the example we can come under with that is about the brand reinforcement. Okay, now when we discuss about this technique of brand reinforcement, we always need to actually keep in mind about these 4 major factors. Okay, the first point, that is about the maintaining brand consistency. Now, what is consistency when we come to a particular product or services? It's all about the maintaining the quality, maintaining the, you could say, the reflection, maintaining the particular, you could say, durability of the product. And how this particular consistency means continual, you could say, giving the same reflection or the same output or same efficiency to the particular customer. Okay, so when we discuss about the maintaining brand consistency, it is more about, you could say, continuous improvement. But parallelly, you need to keep in mind all these important, you could say, factors must have to be provide the same benefit to the customer from day one till the last, or you could say till the economic life of a particular product. Okay, sometimes it's happened like when you purchase Samsung mobile phone. Is the Samsung mobile phone is maintaining brand consistency because they are claiming that our mobile phone or the OS will not actually hang, and you get the reality as well. How the, like, even like yesterday, Raksha, I think you were discussing about something regarding Apple as well. Like when you will upgrade Apple or when you will actually download something, the processor gets slower actually. As I think this is an example I think we're discussing in the last class. Okay, might be, I don't know. You are the one, I think, you're discussing this example. Raksha is there? Yeah, Raksha is there. Yes.
No, sir, I haven't discussed this.
I think someone else might be then. I think discussing the example of this Apple, that how Apple is actually getting slower and slower as actually the life of the Apple move to the end of its economic life. Because I think this case, everyone has experienced in Samsung actually. As soon as you purchase that product, and as soon as the, you could say, the battery life or even the total storage value of a mobile phone, okay, it's about to, you could say, on the verge to complete. In that cases, your mobile may get slower, your mobile may having some, you could say, complication when it's come to technical issues. Okay, that is maintaining brand consistency we're talking right now. Whether the brand, whether the product providing the same attribute from the day one till that, you could say, the last day of economic life of the product. Is it so? If it is so, definitely your brand is highly reinforced. Yes, I think Poonam and Raksha, you are saying something.
So for maintaining brand consistency, can be a good example.
Yes, yes, very good example.
Haldiram's.
Even Karachi Bakery.
Yeah, Karachi Bakery.
So I bought this Samsung Galaxy on Max. So it never gave any problem to me.
You are lucky.
It is working same. Yeah, it is working as in condition from that day and today also, to the present situation. The phone is working very well.
So you're lucky one actually. That's the reason I'm telling you, because usually the.
So because this model didn't come in the second, it came only once in the on Flipkart, and that I bought. But on the second time, it didn't came.
Okay.
Samsung Galaxy or Max.
Okay.
So because I bought the Geo card, so I wanted 4G mobile. And I bought this Samsung Galaxy on Max, but it is working as same from the buying the day of I and present in the same condition. No problem.
Oh, that's great. Like even like the same maintaining brand consistency, like whenever the company is claiming certain features. Okay, like usually we talk about these features example when we're talking about the maintenance cost of any vehicle. Okay, like for example, whenever we're purchasing a vehicle, the company always claim that for the next 5 years it is zero maintenance vehicle actually. So many companies, Ford is claiming that, even sometimes Maruti definitely is cost effective and a very low maintenance vehicle if we talk about an Indian you could say market. So maintaining brand consistency, again, that may be actually extended in terms of the attributes that the company is claiming, and whether that attributes is giving the same amount of implications or execution in the market or not. Any other example, please? maintaining brand consistency?
Can we consider Microsoft Office and Microsoft operating system for that?
Yes, definitely we
Because
can.
we are continuously maintaining.
Yes, Chandrabhushan, absolutely correct. Okay, any more example or shall we move to the next part? Hanji.
We can move.
Chandrabhushan, I think there are some issue I think at your end regarding network. Please kindly either you can rejoin or just kindly check your connection. I think so.
Okay, sir, I will rejoin. I will
Yeah.
try to rejoin.
Sure. So the next part I think we have that is called the fortifying or leverages. Okay. Now, if in a simple language we understand about the fortification, fortification is basically the process, all the lacunas which we have in our brand or in our product, how the company can actually improve those or how the company can actually rectify all those issues. Okay. When we discuss about the leverages, leverage is nothing but the burden on the company. Okay, burden means basically this when we talk about the leverages in this particular context, the general meaning of particular leverages, it's called burden. But burden, or you could say any heaviness. Heaviness means basically a particular impact on a particular company or a particular set of customers we talk about. Okay. Now, when we discuss about this part, it is very, very important that the reinforcement comes up with two major methods. There is about the fortification or leverages. Okay. Leverages means, for example, how the company can actually using their strength to become, you could say, much more prominent brand in the future. Like we'll take a very basic example about the Maruti become, you could say, come up with the Nexa. Apple actually, how they started with a very basic phone to actually how they're working with their operating systems. Like example, like how the strength of Intel, okay, how the Intel is actually working in the market, and there is, you could say, hardly any computer available in the market. Those who are actually having the strength to actually leverage this brand. Leverage means a continuous impact in the mind of the customer. Continuous, you could say, holding the market share, the market growth till a particular longer period of time as compared to your competitor. Fortification is what? Fortification means whenever in your brand, is there any lacuna, is there any weakness available? Definitely how this particular weaknesses may be fortified. You should just a minute. There is again some disturbance in the between. Just 1 minute, student, please. Yes, students. Sorry. So when we discuss about the fortification or fortification process, it is basically how the weaknesses may not become threat for you. I think you all know about this SWOT analysis. Okay. Whenever we discuss about a company, the company always having certain weaknesses. Weaknesses are nothing but basically all the internal lacunas of the company. Okay. In those cases, it is very, very important that for any company that whenever they are, you could say, designing their strategies, their weaknesses may not become their threat. It's very, very crucial actually for any organization. Okay, because sometimes the company may not hide, or company may hide their weaknesses up to an extent only, but these weaknesses basically comes up in the market, and definitely that weaknesses may actually become a winning hand for the competitors to actually what we can say, to grab actually those opportunities which are not available into your competitors. So weaknesses must have to be fortified, must have to be resolved, so that the brand may have, you could say, same reflection or same impact on the mind of the consumers. Okay, that is about the fortification and you could say leveraging process. Like same example of, I think we can consider of Nestle, because the example may be repeated now because I think we have given at least 100 plus examples in this marketing. Nestle, how they have actually improved their weaknesses and they have fortified their weaknesses. because of that lead content. And now you can see the standing of the Nestle still in the market. The strength of the brand, Apple, Tata, Reliance, how they are actually using their strength to become more and more prominent brand for the future. That is called the fortification process and leveraging process. Hanji, is it clear? Yes, students, please. Is this clear? And the last 2 points are very simple. That is about the fine tuning with the supporting marketing program. Because whenever the marketing team or marketing manager or think tank of the company, whenever they are approaching for any marketing efforts or you can say any marketing program, they always need to, you could say, in a coordination, in a synchronization with their marketing team. Because whatever the company is actually wanted to, you could say, portray in the mind in the market when it's come to competitor or the customer, they always need to fine tune or they always need to synchronize with all the department, those who are actually actively involved in the marketing efforts or in the marketing plans of the organization. When it's come to advertisement, when it comes to distribution, everything will come. That is basically, we can say that that is more about the sales and distribution effort in the market. Okay. And the last one is protecting sources of brand equity. Sources means the we can say the hidden, or we can say something like when we talk about, you could say the process, how the Pizza Hut is preparing their pizza with the method we are talking right now. That method is still not available. The you could say the formula, how the Coca-Cola is being, you could say, manufactured in the market. No one knows the formula. How the Domino's pizza is more yummy. That is basically no one knows the formula, because this is a training. This is a secret actually. This is a company always protect. Okay, that is basically the part of your managing brand equity. And I hope so the examples are clear to everyone, please, for all 4 points. Any input from your side? Or shall we move to the next slide?
So in the case of fortifying versus leveraging, so the Nestle case was, I heard so far that the marketing, he wanted commission from Maggie, from Nestle. So he was saying that if you give any commission, I will diffuse information that your is containing lead content more. So that was the original case. Because I have done my MBA, completed my MBA in 2007.
Okay.
That time there was teachers also used to told that if someone wants to demolish your company, so they will create a certain atmosphere in the minds of customers by information diffusion that your company will go on demolishing phase. So that's also happened. Because some जो टीचर्स आते थे सर लोगों को पढ़ाने के लिए, वो बताते थे कि ये केस भी है, ये केस भी होता है. लखनऊ यूनिवर्सिटी के प्रोफेसर आते थे, वो भी कहते थे कि सर ऐसा होता है कि एक अमेरिकन कंपनी ने गुड़गांव में बर्बाद कर दिया उसको.
Okay, okay, okay.
So that's also happened.
Thanks for the input.
In
I
that
think,
case, yes, sir.
Yes, even like.
So
Yes, Ms. Poonam, please.
So my professors from Lucknow University, they used to come as a counselors. So they discuss the cases of my teacher was Ajay Prakash. He is a professor in Lucknow University. He told a case of Gurgaon based company that a company was there and the American they didn't let to survive that company.
Okay.
So that also happened in they create such a map in the mapping in the mind of customer, the customer get switch away from.
Okay. Might be.
Happen.
I cannot actually make any comment on this because I don't know whether the information is credible or not. Because definitely we do have some inputs regarding that. Okay, we'll definitely cross check. I think so. That would be far better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure.
So that teacher, that professors used to tell that why the Nestle case was so highlighted. The company was going in a good profit.
Okay.
So that's why this all local companies came. They were very of this Maggie.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for the input. I think it's a very different actually area you touched actually. Might be I have to explore a bit regarding this case.
Because I was in touch with the university professors that time.
Mhm.
So they used to discuss me us with those
Okay.
topics.
Great, great, ma'am. Thanks for the, I think, very different inputs I think you have just mentioned over here. Yes, yes. Thanks for your inputs. Hanji. So, student, shall we move? I think any more inputs from your side regarding this brand enforcement? Hanji, any more inputs from your side regarding brand reinforcement? Shall we move to the next part? I hope so it is clear.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. Now, next one we have branding strategy. How the particular product or service and attributes, or even like we talk about any other, you could say, component may become a brand. Okay, an individual may become a brand actually. Branding basically having this major type of strategies, which comes under first part. It is called the product branding strategy. Okay, how the product may become a brand actually, because as we know that there are product means basically nothing but bundle of benefits. Okay, as we discussed already, like we talk about Dabur Chyawanprash, we discussed as well as example so many times. Okay, how Dettol, a product, may become a particular brand. Apple may become particular brand. So product branding strategy is nothing but whenever a particular, you could say, product which is a utility product for the customer, and how this particular you could say utility or the benefit which we are receiving from a particular product or services, and we are continuously trusting on that particular company is offering in the market. That's the reason that particular product may become a brand. Okay, we can actually consider other examples like Coca-Cola. Okay, we can example like Nutrila, we talk about Ariel. Okay, there are so many other examples which may be the part of your, you could say, branding strategy. Okay, that is the first part called the product branding.
So Coca-Cola was also blamed that there is some concentration was more in that. So it was for some time it was banned
Okay,
because the industry is in Kanpur, na Coca-Cola is in Kanpur.
okay,
It was defined for some concentration, that it is having more concentration in this drink. So the customers stop using that Coca-Cola.
Mm-hmm. I think that I heard actually. I think that exactly. I don't know what was the case actually.
The main thing was some concentration was more. It was banned for 2 to 3 years in Kanpur.
Okay, 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 okay. Fine, fine, ma'am. So I think it's clear. The first point, the product branding strategy. The second point we have product line branding. Okay, or yeah, product line branding. Okay, so when we discuss about the product line branding, like when we're discussing about the example of Colgate, how the Colgate has actually expanded their brand, how the Colgate actually the brand expansion, the product line expansion which they have. Okay, in the Colgate we have multiple choices to purchase the product. Similarly, when we talk about any vehicles, definitely we have multiple choice available or the variants available in that. Means definitely for each and every company, whenever they want to sustain in the market for longer period of time, they always have to come up with the product line expansion or product line branding as well. A single product may not survive. The customer always wants choices. And once they have choices, definitely, like recently, if you can see that the Maggi is coming up with a different flavor. The Maggi normal and Maggi Atta, actually, it is being launched at least few years back. And recently, if you can see that last 1 year, even the you could say the oats Maggi, Ragi Maggi is actually coming up in the market as well. So they are extending their product line brandings. Hanji. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Next one we have any example from your side, please? Line branding, I think it's very simple. Any example from your side?
Hindustan Lever.
Hindustan Lever, definitely. There is a very from ITC we can consider as an example as well. Okay. Now let's move to the next part. It is umbrella branding. Umbrella branding is what?
Covered under one roof.
It is
The
basically
brands are
yes. It is basically more, we can say, brand hierarchy. Okay, like under Coca-Cola, how many products are there? Okay, it may belongs to a particular product line or may not be. Okay, when we discuss about like P&G, we talk about Nestle, Unilevers, or even Kellogg's. We talk about Johnson and Johnson. We can consider. Okay, these companies are actually coming up with vast, you could say, product line and product mix base they have. So umbrella branding is nothing but it is nothing but product hierarchy or product architecture or the brand architecture we have. That is called umbrella branding. Any other example, please? Umbrella branding. Hanji.
Maggie also is having ketchups and this Maggie.
Okay. Hanji. Himalayas, yes, very good. We can consider the Himalayas an example. Very good.
Lifebuoy.
Lakme, yes, very good.
Patanjali products, sir.
Patanjali, yes, very good. That might come under umbrella branding as well. Yes. Hanji. Is it clear the second point, I think? Okay, next one we have double branding strategy. Double branding, or it is also called co-branding strategy. Okay. Now, when we discuss about double branding strategy, like when we discuss about Sony Ericsson, Tata Sky, ICICI Prudential, are you getting my point? What else? Maruti Suzuki, definitely that is double branding because there are two brands are basically merging with each other and they are actually coming up with that. One more example, actually, Nike with Apple, actually, it is called Nike Plus because they are coming up with the particular sports, you could say, sports watches. That is again the one of the example of double branding. Okay, any example of double branding, I think?
VI.
Yes, yes, very good example.
Bajaj Pulsar.
Pulsar, I think Pulsar is not a particular double branding. I don't know actually. Bajaj Pulsar.
Earlier Hero Honda.
Hero Honda definitely we can consider. Okay. Regarding Bajaj Pulsar, I'm not sure actually. Pulsar, is it a particular company or Pulsar? Only I think it's product name, I think so. What I actually know about.
Okay, actually I read in our material provided by the IIBM organization.
Okay.
So that's why.
Because Pulsar is basically the product name of Bajaj, not I think the combination of two different brands. Might be, I'm not sure about, but still, as per my
previously, sir, previously Kawasaki Bajaj is a combination of the two.
Yes.
Before that, Kawasaki Bajaj.
Is the example of double branding. Yes, very good example. Okay, so I think if you want, I can definitely code the examples over here. Okay, umbrella, I think we have discussed so many examples, like few we can mention. That is called Patanjali. I think we can cover up P&G, we can cover up, okay, etc. Okay. Double branding we have discussed, that is Sony Ericsson. I think not now it is they are not together actually. Like even there are Mahindra Logan was there actually, but now that they have separated as well. I think I cannot copy this over here. We can consider example of Sony Ericsson. What else? Yes, Tata Sky, I think double branding strategy, etc. I hope, student, is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Next one, we are talking about the endorsement branding. What is endorsement, first of all? Hanji, what is endorsement?
The advertising any product to any celebrity or any.
Definitely. So exactly like definitely endorsement, nothing basically how a particular individual, a particular service or a particular product may actually become a brand actually. Mr. Anuj, I'll request you actually, like if you are driving, I think please kindly concentrate on your driving, okay? It's my humble request, okay?
No,
Yes.
sir. No issue, sir. No issue.
Yeah, please, because sometimes it's matter of concern actually, so that's the reason I'm telling you, okay? Please be safe. Okay. Yes. So when we discuss about the endorsement branding strategy, okay, endorsement branding is nothing but basically when we are talking about like any celebrity endorsement, we talk about, you could say, any identity endorsement, talk about any particular component endorsement. Okay, so endorsement is nothing but basically how a particular channel of brand may be communicated with the help of all these important, you could say, parameters. It may be an individual, it may be, you could say, an entity like Zuzu if we talk about, the dog of, you could say, Vodafone we talk about, we talk about that MACD dummy if we talk about KFC, that picture of the KFC owner, that is about, that maybe talk about, that is called the endorsement, like how the Virat Kohli is actually coming up with the MRF, okay, to promote MRF, okay, like how the Amitabh Bachchan is actually promoting First Cry, okay, how the Byju's is promoting by Shah Rukh Khan, okay. So these are the example of endorsement branding, how a particular individual or a celebrity may be associated with a particular brand. That is called the endorsement branding strategy. Clear, I think, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Sure. So I think it's time to go for a break, and we'll get back to you after 10 minutes of time. Okay. So we'll catch you at 7 now. Okay, students?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yes, student. Let's start. I think. Okay. So the next topic we have, that is means of differentiation of any brands. I think. Okay. Now, when we discuss about the branding and its differentiation, definite differentiation means the unique characteristics or the USP, that is unique selling proposition of any company, may intact and may be analyzed and maybe you could say appropriated. Okay. This is the example actually we are discussing right now. The Zuzu, I think I have told you the example, that is first, first you could say means of differentiation may be the employee of the company. Okay, like our Ratan Tata, you could say Mukesh Ambani. Okay, these are the individual that have created the drastic differences when it's come to company's growth. Okay, so these are a few examples which are talking right now how a particular employee or an individual or a team may actually differentiate a particular brand or a product or a company with respect to its competitors. Okay, when we discuss about the second point is called channels. Channels means basically the mode through which the things may be communicated, or you could say the product may be delivered to the customer, or the services may be rendered to the customers. Okay, we're discussing all the points together now. Okay, so channels is basically nothing but the mode of communication, the mode of delivery, the mode of rendering the services, and how effective, how easy, all these you could say channels which helping the company to provide the services, to provide the, you could say, the goods to the customer whenever it is being demanded, so that the customer should not switch to alternatives. Again, means of channels we are talking right now. There's a delivery of, you could say, Amazon Prime delivery channels, actually one of the most prominent way how we can actually purchase the product from not Domino's, sorry, from Amazon. Okay, that is basically the few basic example which comes under channels, and how the Amazon is differentiated from Flipkart on certain, you could say, basis of their supply chain management. Image, I think it's very simple. Image means nothing but the positioning in the mind of the customer, what exactly you think about a particular product, what is the reflection of that product in the mind of the customer, that may come under images. Okay, and last one is services, which we discussed already. So there may be, you could say, some other component as well, which may become, or which may be the part of, you could say, the means of differentiation. I hope so it is clear, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Now, the next topic, we are done with the branding, and the last topic of the day, that is called packaging and labeling. We'll discuss now. Okay. Now, packaging and labeling, as we know that the different product do have their own packaging, or on, you could say, a labeling technique, trademarks, recognition, okay, attributes which they show to the customer, and that packaging actually makes the particular product more attractive, more catchy, more demanded in the market. Okay, so let's start now. First of all, the definition of packaging and labeling. It's a very simple topic actually. Now, as you know that the activity of designing and producing the container for a particular product, container means the dimension of the, or the safekeeping space we are talking right now when we are delivering a particular product. Okay, now this packaging, basically when we are talking right now, the packaging is nothing but which is associated with the science, art, technology, okay, which will protect the distribution system, storage system, sales system, and the user system of particular product. Okay, so more important part, the packaging is basically nothing but as per the requirement of particular product, whether the product is perishable, non-perishable, durable, heavy duty, whatsoever, depends on type of the product. Definitely packaging may also differentiate, and on the basis of packaging itself, the product may be demanded, or product maybe, you could say, maybe more promising in the mind of the customer, and more recognizable, because some of packaging may also become a brand actually. Okay, that is again the one of the important part about the packaging and labeling. Clear? Now, the purpose of packaging is very simple actually. That is maybe the physical protection, barrier protection, containment, or I think 1 minute. Yes, containment means basically the mixing up actually. Okay, or agglomeration, that may be information transmission. Information means any packaging of any, you could say, confidential documentation, any data. Okay, marketing, definitely marketing is one of the way. Security purpose, convenience, and the portion control. Okay, portion control means like 250 grams, 500 gram, and all. So for that particular variants as well, you may come with the purpose of packaging. I think some diagrams which are hidden actually. Sorry for that. So different product having different type of packaging we are talking right now. Okay. And according to that, the product may be differentiated.
Sir, what is this containment or agglomeration?
Containment basically, like for example, let's suppose there are two products. Okay. And the mixing of that product might be dangerous. Okay, so
Okay.
usually in the case of chemical, it is being used. So just to keep the two products separated, to keep the two products, you could say segregated. Like when we discuss about, you could say various medicines are there. Okay, various you could say even syrups are there, which may comes in combination, but that cannot be you could say consumed by the patient at a moment of time. So that is basically the containment or agglomeration, that there should not be any mixing of that particular product.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure.
I like to add something
sure.
on this point.
Mhm.
Like in medicines, as you told, they are the medicines which have names are same, almost the spellings are same.
Mhm.
So in that case, we need to keep the packaging color, or we need to differentiate it in different manner, so that when it is kept by chemist, because chemists generally keep by alphabetical number, so it does not get mixed and wrong medicine is not delivered to the patient. So that is one very important use of this in medicine industry.
Yes, definitely. Even like one more thing we can talk about, like whenever we purchase any product which is vegetarian, vegetarian or non-vegetarian. Okay, so that is again one of the part of containments when it's come to packaging. Okay. So they may
Yes.
also come in the containment part. So because like recently, if you can see the case of McDonald, and when the particular woman, I think from US, actually it was a case actually. So when the particular or asking for that particular you could say product from MACD in the veg menu, but they offered a particular wrapping was of veg, but the product was non-veg, and they claimed actually a lot of money from the company after that. So that is containment or agglomeration. Hanji. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Let's move to the next part then. Labeling now. Okay. Now labeling is very simple, that like source of origin, the brand name, the process of manufacturing, batch number, date of manufacturing, date of expiry, the cautious of, you could say, or warnings to use that particular product, instruction, benefits, features, content. It's very simple topic actually. That is come under labeling. Okay, that will provide actually the detailed information about the products. Okay, so.
But sir, it is the very important part for the packaging.
Even like most important in terms
Labeling,
of
correct labeling.
Cigarettes, alcohol, where the labeling is there, but still the people are consuming that. Okay, even like if you remember recently, there was a case regarding the size of that you could say advertisement.
The
That
font size should be increased.
if smoking is dangerous to health, I think there is something is there. I'm not a smoker actually, so I don't know. So in that case, there was a case actually that there's the size or the exposure, I think it is called in marketing, that exposure should be there, or the space should be sufficient so that it should be visible to the customer. Okay, even like same on the case of alcohol as well. Like when you purchase, in very, very short, actually, it is mentioned that I think alcohol is something dangerous. I'm not alcoholic as well again. So basically in the both the cases, the labeling is, you could say, one of the most important characteristics. And always remember, the labeling is basically the legally protected as well. Okay, means what type of label you need to, you could say, paste or impose on the product. That is very, very important part. That is the part of, you could say, labeling. Is it clear? I think, students, very simple.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then I think this barcode scanner is very, very universal and most popular and more, I could say, easygoing access for the companies nowadays. Okay, it is making the process or making the, you could say, the management of the product and services, or you could say any offering to the customer in most prominent and most easiest way actually. Okay, that is called the universal product code. Okay, like
Does barcode also help in like adulteration protection?
Very good, very good. And even like you can see that each and everything is based on barcodes nowadays. Like whenever you'll go, it's like very profound techniques, profound technology which is being developed, and now it is being, you could say, utilized, and this actually provide transparency and avoid some, you could say, malpractices in the organization as well. Okay, regarding theft, regarding, say, uh, pilferages, if we talk about, there are so many activities which may perform, and that is completely not being, I could say, 100% avoided, 100% removed, but still there are certain improvement in the transparency as well. Okay, that is a part of labeling, universal product code. It's very simple, I think. Shall we move to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Then I think in developing in packaging now, as you can see that nowadays, because of the, you could say, environmental protection, okay, we always actually very much concerned about the 3 R's. Okay, reduce, reuse, and recycle. Okay, like whenever we are purchasing any product, we always like the Swachh Bharat mission, as we know that, how this particular, you could say, habit is being inculcated in the customer or in the, you could say, routine life of the society, that we need to segregate the wastage as per the, you could say, that the processing part, it will be done dry, when it comes dry waste, wet waste, electronic waste. Like even like there's a new, you could say, segregation is now there because of COVID, about the mask and sanitizers bottle, or even the gloves, how it can be, you could say, recycled. Okay, that is called the development packaging, because now the government is actually coming up with some strict norms regarding the packaging which the company is providing to the customer, that must be recycled. Okay, that is a 3 R's concept. So to reduce the waste, to protect the environment. Hanji, is it clear? I think everyone.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's we are, I think, completed with the packaging and labeling as well. And the last topic left in our syllabus, that is called pricing strategy. So I think that I'm thinking to start from tomorrow itself, because that will complete in a single flash. Okay, power driving. So only pricing is left now.
Okay, sir.
Okay, students. Fine.
Okay,
fine.
sir. Thank you. Thank you.
So that is, I think, enough for the day.
Okay, sir.
Yes, yes. And tomorrow would be the last class, I think, for MM, and Saturday would be the doubt session for us. And I think from Monday onwards, we'll start the next subject. Okay, so the information for the same, I'll just text you regarding that. And tomorrow, the last session, we'll discuss about the pricing strategies.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Hanji, Hanji. So
Okay, sir.
yeah, please.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Like all the session that you are giving, you have a recording. So can you share it or?
No, recording is
Yes.
already there on the YouTube actually.
Okay.
Okay, you just upload to, like, let me check it once, I think, whether it is there or not, because on IIBM YouTube channel.
It is there, sir. It is there on YouTube. I will check. I check. So 2 or 3 lectures.
Even like you might have your LMS as well with you.
Yes.
Yes, I think in LMS, if you will open that LMS actually, so you might find the recordings already available, the topics which we have completed, like subject we have completed, better to say, I think. Okay.
Okay.
So
Already all topics is there, sir, on the student login.
yes. Even the faculty login I checked out once. So it is already there actually. So Shweta, I think once you visit that, you will see that the marketing product life cycle, I think they have uploaded 6 hours before. Python, I think, I don't know. New product development, okay. New product launch and failure customer adoption process. Okay, so once you will just collapse it, you will find all the videos.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So I think now, as of now, I think we are about to on a verge to complete the third topic as well. Even I think LMS you might have students. Shall I show you out that LMS actually how to access that?
Yes, please once.
Yes. Just go to IIBM. Yeah, it's open already. So like it's an like as of now we have completed financial management. I think we have completed OB. I think we have completed organization behavior. Okay. And marketing management we are discussing. So like if you'll open that is for financial management only. So you will find that the nature of FM, I think, like let me check that. I think it is being uploaded by or some other faculty. I think so. Yes. Not of. Good morning. The topic that we are going to deal. Yeah, I think it is not of mine actually. So if you want to access my lectures, definitely you have to go through.
Your lecture is also there, sir.
Yes, sir.
I see.
Yeah, even the content is available. Even the assignments are available. Assignments are of mine only, I think. So that I have checked out. Okay, it is the assignment which I have given it to you. Okay, so if you want to access, I think that is easily available on that YouTube.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, fine. And if you need any help, please students, if you need any help, just text me on my WhatsApp, because definitely I'm not free in the daytime. But if whenever I'll find time, definitely I'll revert you whenever you have any query regarding any subject, whatever we have discussed in the past as well. Okay, so no need to worry about.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, fine, Ayushi. So any more doubt, I think?
Sir, we have assignments of MM.
Pardon? Yes. Your voice was not clear actually. Yes.
Sir, we have assignments of MM.
Assignments of MM as of now, I don't have any communication or any input from the institute. Once I have, definitely I'll let you know.
Okay, sir.
Okay, usually the case study is I think only the part which we have. Like similarly in the OB, actually we have discussed a lot of case studies. Okay, so that may be the part. And I think very soon I'll share one not practice sheet, one actually assignment sheet with you, which include the fill in the blanks and true, false, or the major short answers, basic question we have. So that I'll definitely share it with you on weekends. Okay, so just give me time till Saturday. I'll share with you on WhatsApp.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
No doubt. Any more inquiry, please?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please, Shabana.
When semester exam, sir?
That again, I think, see, basically regarding all these communication or information, you just contact, I think, with the concerned authorities, I think so. Because being a faculty, we only have the instruction to take the classes like in the evening hours. Okay. Yeah, so I think you might know to Ruchi ma'am, I think. Shalu ma'am, I think there are a lot of faculties are there, a lot of actually department, those who are handling this work actually. I think they would be the better person to respond on this.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Fine.
I have one query regarding examinations.
Yeah, Vaishali.
Whether it is going to be MCQ or descriptive?
See, as of now, like the mode of examination which we follow in IIBM, it is mixed of, we could say, 4 sections. Okay, as of now, what we follow, which include basically a case study. Basically, what we have 4 bifurcations: section A, B, C, and D. Okay, section A basically comprises of your very short answers, then short answers, long answers, and very long answers. So in very long answer, we actually, like for example, it's a numerical subject, so we include the numericals. The first part, very short answer, we include true, false, match the column, or fill in the blank. That part we include. Short answers is basically all about defining a term. Then we discuss about long answers. We take the difference between 2 terms. Okay, or if it's a numerical, definitely short numerical we can include. So bifurcation of actually I think 25, 25, 25, and 25. Okay, that is of 100 marks.
Okay.
What we follow as of now, but if there would be any change, so I'll let you know if I have any information from the institute.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Any more inputs, please? Any more query?
Hello.
Yes, Somajit, please.
Sir, actually, I joined this institute much before, in the month of March, most probably. From the starting of the March only, I'm doing the class. But unfortunately, what happened that although I had cleared the fees and everything, but I did not get my study materials. Until and unless I get the study materials after doing the class, I have to study the parts which is been taught. I cannot do that. So, sir, can you please say when I'll be getting the materials?
Again, like Somajit, like regarding material, again, I think you need to contact the institute. And one more thing, Somajit, try to understand. LMS is already there because, as you know, that right now the pandemic situation is there. So might not the supply chain is properly working in the institute as well. Okay, so you may download the I think content right now. It is already there in the LMS, I think, Somajit. Okay, I think Somajit, your voice is not there. And regarding, I think whatever subject I taught, like when it's come to FM as well, like when it come to OB as well, even I shared the sufficient material with everyone. If I think Poonam is there, yes, Poonam.
Yes, sir, I have that.
I already shared.
Yes. Even like, because whenever I'm teaching any subject, I'm providing sufficient material so that you have a reference available for that. Okay. So even Somajit, if you need any help regarding the content, regarding the material, just approach me. Okay. I'll just share the documents with you. Okay. No worries.
So one more thing to say, that is, will you please convey us about the webinars that are going on nowadays because of this pandemic? I mean, in the end of the week, I think there is some webinar. So please, can you convey it to us? That will be very much helpful. Related to our subjects like OB, financial management based on this.
See, webinar, like, because I have a lot of groups actually in my mobile. So we always got so many content. Actually, even we cannot focus that because we are busy, because my lectures start from 8 o'clock in the morning and end by 8 o'clock in the evening. Okay. So that is the problem. What I will do actually for everyone, because I have already created the broadcasting group of the students. Okay. So I will share with everyone. Okay. So if you want to attend, you can. Definitely, it will be helpful for you. If you want to attend, definitely.
Thank you, sir.
I can do. Yeah, definitely. Anything else, please?
The broadcasting group is where you shared that document for case study.
Actually, Shweta, why I didn't create a personal group, because sometimes people actually may, you could say, communicate with each other. The sharing of number is also there. Okay, so that's the reason. Just the confidentiality and the dignity of the students as well. We need to keep all those factors in mind. Okay. So you can understand, because like definitely I'm not actually saying any negative statement regarding the student right now, but may happen. Okay, so just to keep that prosperity of the class, I have created only broadcasting. You may communicate with me anytime. Okay, just drop me a text. Definitely revert you whenever I'll be free. Okay.
Okay.
It's good, sir. It's good, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. That's the reason I created broadcasting only, Mr. Anuj.
Yes, broadcasting is good, sir.
Yes. Okay. So anything else, please? Hanji. If you want, definitely. Please. Yes, Somajit, please continue.
Sir, the timings, will it remain the same throughout? 6 to 8, or it may change afterwards?
Somajit, as of now, previously I think it was 5 to 7, but later on it changed to 6 to 8 because of the, could say, so many people are actually getting free by 5 or 5:30 from their offices. Yes. I don't have any issue take the class even in 8 to 10 as well. Okay, but at least this 6 to 8 would be continue, I think so, until unless there is not having majority of the people which may claim that what time slot they will prefer for the classes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I hope you understand. Like if you have a 30 students, if 30 out of 30, if the 5 are actually in the favor of 8 to 10 or 7 to 9, whatsoever, definitely it won't be possible. And that's the reason I think, Soumyajit, we have actually just posted the content on YouTube for your reference. Okay. Yes,
sir.
Soumyajit, I think, yeah.
Yes.
Fine, fine. Okay, so I have noted down even all your inputs as well regarding the queries. I'll try to contact to Ruchi ma'am tomorrow, okay, and I'll talk to her. And if I'll get any update from her regarding this exams, material, or I think you shared about timing as well, I'll talk to her and I'll get back to you, okay, if any inputs, if she will provide to me regarding this, okay.
But don't make the timing earlier because like we are
Yeah,
not.
earlier definitely it's for me it is not possible because my college ends at 6 o'clock only, and hardly I have only 5 minutes to just get myself ready for this lecture. So that is the issue actually. So say before
Okay,
6 it's
sir.
not possible. Yeah,
6 to 8 is okay, sir. I think so.
yeah, 6 to 8 is okay. I think for me as well it's okay. But even like if it is in the late in the night, I don't have any issue because I don't have any late night classes now.
No, late night is not okay, sir.
Yeah,
6 to 8 is okay.
Fine, fine, perfect, sir, perfect. Okay. So shall we sign out, students, for the day?
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, please, everyone. Please
Okay,
take care.
sir. Thank you.
sir.
Thank you.
Take care,
Bye.
sir.
Yeah, you too, everyone. Please take care.
Bye.
Bye bye, everyone.